Jordanis Cabos Martinez. It's the name of the Cuban immigrant in the Dallas area that beheaded with a machete the manager of the hotel at which he worked in front of that manager's wife and child. You know, in the days following the Charlie Kirk assassination, it's dominated the news cycle. There's not been much else, and fair enough, right? It was very politically significant. It was a move that basically indicates that one side is not only willing to kill those with differing opinions, they're willing to create lies about it, like, you know, the lie that, oh, there were no actual inscriptions on the bullet, it was just markings from the bullet manufacturer. You know, the lie that, oh, it was a radical right-winger that did it. It was a groyper. You know, all the photoshopped images of the guy wearing the Donald Trump shirt that they just made. The lie that, oh, his family was conservative, therefore he was conservative. You know, notwithstanding the fact that he was dating a trans furry, and by all accounts, he had been radicalized toward the left, possibly by way of his relationship with this person. So, in the wake of all of this, the regular news falls by the wayside, other things happen. That's where a lot of the idea of it, oh, is this a false flag? Is this something, you know, is there something that they don't want us to pay attention to? Those narratives are coming out. And I want to highlight this particular murder in the Dallas area. I've linked an article in the description. You can go read if you'd like, but there's not much more to it. An illegal Cuban immigrant murdered with a machete the manager of the hotel in front of his wife and child. Hacked his head off, it seems like. So, you know, the discourse is ranged around guns so much, and, you know, it's like, well, if we get rid of guns, all of the senseless killing stops. Well, it doesn't. People will find a way, and this is an example of it. But it's also, you know, as people are mourning for Charlie Kirk and giving support to his family, there's other people out there suffering as well, and so it does us good to stay aware of what's going on and not kind of fall into the trap of the world standing still, kind of, because the world has kind of stood still, at least from a news and political perspective. Everything else seems to have fallen by the wayside. By the way, because of this murder, Trump has vowed even more stringent procedures against illegal immigrants and stricter border policies. And I'm not sure what that'll look like, but it definitely highlights the fact that, oh, there's other issues going on too. And, you know, with this undocumented immigrant crisis being one of the things that is the most hotly contested that Charlie Kirk stood for, I think that it bears mentioning that, you know, California, you know, the land of people who are willing to stand up to Trump's executive orders regarding illegal immigrants, things like this will probably continue to happen, not only there, but obviously, since as this happened in Texas, it's going to happen over the rest of the country. And a lot of these people are getting in through California. Now, I don't know how this guy got in, but that highlights, you know, the divided nature of the country, where, you know, if we don't have consistency across the board in, you know, border security, for example, in this case, maybe Florida does a really good job, or Texas does a really good job, but Arizona doesn't, or California doesn't. Well, now we've got a problem. And, you know, there's that old saying, united we stand, divided we fall. I don't think we've ever been more divided. So, as it continues. But anyway, I thought this bore mentioning, to kind of, not to necessarily move past the Charlie Kirk assassination. I'm not the one that gets to dictate when people decide they're going to do that, but to kind of say, hey, there's other things going on too, and don't become so bogged down that you can't keep your eyes open. So that's about it. See ya.